Bienvenue, willkommen, and buenos dias. Hello. Welcome to episode 2, where the theme this week is education. And one man who couldn't care about his education is Daniel, who this week has decided to watch Prison Break instead of join us. What better way to go on than with the headlines with Aria?
I thought we were doing a bit of conversation before that.
No, we are going to discuss our days before we move on to the segments.
Yeah, come on, the headlines can't wait.
Yes, they can.
So I've had the joy of eating my dinner this evening with my mum telling me all about Tiger King.
Is it any good?
Frankly,
Yeah,
I don't care. I haven't seen it, but I have heard all about it. I know more about John Exotic and Kathy Baskin than I could ever know.
That's Carol Baskin. Carol Bass.
John Exotic.
John Exotic.
That's definitely
Apparently, he ran as a libertarian candidate to become governor of Ohio.
Did anyone hear Donald Trump's speech yesterday?
Was it education based?
Oh no, it was about how he was blaming
Not interested.
a libertarian for staying in a hotel in San Francisco.
Damn
Watching the
libertarians.
It was like, it's all her fault. Well,
Cool.
yeah, thanks.
Was it a Democrat? Probably, or a news reporter? Must have been one of the two.
Oh no, yeah, that's it. Democrat, not libertarian. Democrat. Yeah, cut that out, Ben. Cut that.
Moving on. It's time for the headlines with Arian.
It's time for the headlines with Arian. Today, Mercedes boss Toto Wolff buys a stake in Aston Martin. Selena Gomez sues Fashion Game for using face. All exams have been cancelled, and schools are to reopen in the next coming weeks.
No, they're not.
Callum, let me explain
That's
why.
just part of their plans, isn't it?
This is part of my plans. Come on, God.
Can you
So,
explain?
as we all know, Toto Wolff, the CEO of Mercedes F1 team, has bought a stake in Aston Martin.
Why are you focusing on that one?
He has bought a stake for under 5%, which will become 0.95% after a rights issue in Aston Martin on Monday.
What the hell has Toto Wolff buying a
Mate,
share
here
in
we go.
Aston Martin got to do with education?
You wanted funny
Here,
stuff,
mate.
didn't you?
Let them do it. Let them do it.
They've explained that Wolff's purchase was a financial investment.
No shit.
Anyway, moving on.
Was it?
Selena Gomez, she has sued the makers of a smartphone game, alleging they used her likeness without permission. So this game called Clothes Forever, it's a styling game. It's pretty much like the Kardashians game, and they used her face in it, and she got really angry and decided to sue them for, we're going to say millions of dollars. Yes. Millions of dollars.
For $1 billion.
How you haven't been sacked or demoted yet is beyond me.
On that note, exams have been cancelled. All the A-levels and GCSE exams this year have been cancelled due
What?
to coronavirus.
Have they?
Yeah.
Since when?
If you have not known, you have not been living for the last month.
I've been revising.
I haven't been living for the last
Whoa.
month.
So our grades are to be. You know what? Ben, cut this bit out. Okay, I'm just going to move on to my next headline.
Your one education headline, and you're cutting it short.
He says that in next coming weeks, we will open schools again, and the students will begin to learn or finish off their learning before the end of August. Yeah.
I've heard about this, but
No. This is legit. This is legit. This is the
I know.
good. This is the good stuff of the internet.
Arian is a credible news source.
So the schools are going to reopen, but year 11 and 13 are not to go in because there is no point unless.
For a lull. So, in the absence of Arian's any formal introduction to our topic of education, I thought I would write a poem, which I'm going to try and sing. Now it's time for some literary exploration with Callum. Education. Where lessons are lost and passed by, and resulting results make you cry, that's a lockdown. When your knowledge is toy, but the teacher says, mate, you've just completely missed a point. that's an essay thrown away. When you gather round at lunch, play Kahoot and take a hunch, that's a waste of time. If your future lacks a clear view, then you don't get JCQ regulations. Where you're ranked in your class for your grades when you know your last, that's degradation. When uni lies ahead, but you might visit a year instead, that's a piss take. Because we're now left alone, nothing to do, stuck at home, for this is our education.
It was brilliant.
Callum,
Yes.
that was great. But
Yes.
that's the whole segment thing. Where do we go from here? What
Well,
do we do now?
can now discuss our exams and the education lost and how we're feeling about universities and so on.
So we just discuss education.
Yes.
Fair enough.
Fair enough, right? Cool.
So,
Great segment.
How are you feeling about the whole situation?
I'm quite numb now because I just spend my days not thinking about stuff, not doing stuff. I've got no incentive to do anything because anything I hand in will be crap and could drag my grade down. So I'm almost past it, and then results day is going to come and I'm going to get grades which I've forgotten the subjects I even took them for.
Do you think you'll get the grades you want?
I am hopeful I will get the grades I want. How are you feeling, Matt?
I don't know whether I trust our school to give representative grades, but I don't know, I'm not too bothered about it. I think I'll probably get the grades I want.
Ben, how do you feel about being ranked in your class?
Fantastic.
Do you?
As long as it's based on like what I've brought to the table in terms of like food, rather than academic performance, I think I'll be alright.
Yeah, fair enough.
I reckon we should be ranked for independent study.
MO4, I think, has played a huge role, that silent independent study room, of which there has been a gentle murmur throughout the year.
Would you really call it a gentle murmur?
I call it more of a rave in there.
Well, okay, it was a rave when Ben brought his speakers in.
That was brilliant.
And then we had sort of attack dog pastoral managers and teachers come in and remind us, but it wasn't a rave, and that was just party pooping.
Do you remember when I was the first one to get banned?
You were, and your ban was never formally lifted.
Arian, how you
Yeah.
feeling?
Your thoughts?
I'm feeling quite mixed because at the end of last year I did terribly in everything, and then like before the whole breakup of like exams at
Society.
school happened, I mean I felt like I was working much harder, and I wanted to like actually work really hard and hopefully get the grades I need.
Yeah, of course you did, mate. That's what they all say.
I mean,
yeah, I was getting into it.
I was gonna revise. Not gonna lie, guys. I was
I was putting in the
revise.
graph.
I was putting in it, and then they cancelled it. So I was like, all right, that's now it's seriously. I don't know. I'm feeling quite mixed about it. I'm not really sure where.
Arian, you just completely missed a point. So with that, product reviews with Matt.
Guess the products with Matt. So the first product was rated 5 stars
Wow.
by a keen skier. So
Skis.
This is education.
this is
right now.
education related.
Ski lessons.
No,
Is it a ski trip?
you've run out of guesses.
Is this what?
Arian, you are frozen out.
Oh dear.
This is some kind of game show. So, my husband has never allowed me to write as he doesn't want me touching men's blanks. However,
Whoa.
Can I just say, if it carries on like this, we'll need to put a domestic abuse helpline on at the end of this.
well, we'll see. However, when I saw this product, I decided to buy it using my pocket money, and so far it has been fabulous.
So hold on, this is someone's wife who receives pocket money.
What kind of household does she live in?
Oh, hang on, just a minute.
Hang on, I've been reading out the wrong review.
Sorry. You can
Hold
get
on,
up to
I accidentally read from my diary.
Sorry, you want me to hear that? Cut that out.
Sorry, I'm blind.
Sorry, I didn't know I was doing that. Sorry.
Once I had learned to write, the feminine colour and the grip size, which was more suited to my delicate little hands, has enabled me to vent my thoughts about new recipe ideas, sewing and gardening. My husband
Has this got anything to do
is
with
less
skiing?
pleased with this product, as he believes it will lead to more independence, and he hates it. And he hates the feminine tingling sensation, along with visions of fairies and rainbows he gets whenever he picks it up.
Ah, so it's a diamond, not a diamond, like a fairy / unicorn kind of diary cover.
No,
No.
I'm fairly sure it's a pack of pens.
Is it a single pen? I think it's one single flashy pen.
Is it one of those pens with like the what do you call it, like that fur fluff at the end of it?
It's
Is it-
2 pens.
Is it
No, it's, although you're in the right area. This is big
Is it?
for
It's got
her
a fairy.
medium ballpoint pens.
big
Oh dear, oh
fur
dear.
pens?
So this king
Right.
skier, who's married but writes like a child,
What's this got to do with skiing?
Yeah.
that was the name of the reviewer.
Yeah, we've been thrown off from the start.
Well, maybe I shouldn't have said the name, but
Yeah, maybe you shouldn't, considering the sort of abusive nature it took.
product 2. So this was rated 5 stars by Brian Spatz.
Are we sticking with the names? We're saying who these people are.
Yeah, the public
They're not
reviews.
people we know.
Yeah.
Alright.
And now moving on
All
to our
across the UK.
sponsors from SeatGeek. For 30% off your first purchase.
Whoa, I don't think we
Exclusive offer, mate.
I don't think we
Exclusive
can
offer.
give out
You
these
can't
kind of
miss out.
deals.
So do we want to hear what Brian Spatz has to say?
Of course.
Yeah, go on. What does Brian Spatz have to say?
Great for more than just arts and crafts. So,
It's a paintbrush.
Are they big for her medium ballpoint pens?
no. So I wake up in the middle of the night
The
in my
review.
2-bedroom
Sorry
apartment.
to interrupt, Matt. The review might be: my control freak of a wife never gives me any pocket money, so I had to spend it all on these. Sorry, Matt.
For him.
Big.
So I wake up in the middle of the night in my 2-bedroom apartment. I find my roommate passed out face down on the wooden floor. I think nothing of it and go back to sleep.
What's...
The next morning,
Freak.
I wake up and go to work, and there is a homeless guy asleep on my couch. My roommate woke up still drunk, and her mate friends with a bum. And this is the second time he let a stranger off the street just stroll in and pass out. Great. You're probably thinking, what does this have to do with my arts and crafting? Well, I bought this product and proceeded to cover everything my roommate owns in blank. Every t-shirt, every book, every pair of shoes, his bed. I covered his entire life in blank. He will have blank in every crevice of his existence until he dies. Did some track out all over my carpet? Yes. Does the carpet look like a Care Bear farted all over it? Yes. Did he threaten to kill me? Sure. But will he ever let another stranger sleep on the couch? No. Will I ever have to worry about a random guy off the street murdering me in the night? No.
Well,
the
yes.
security. All the security for just $12.44. Unbelievable, staggering value. Cannot recommend enough.
Is it Tipex?
No.
Is it glitter?
Yes.
Yeah. That would get everywhere in a house.
This is Creative Arts by Charles Leonard Clifton.
I'm sure that's the purpose it is intended for. Home security.
It's the last line of defence.
Definitely. I don't know how big that is. So,
A gallon.
16 ounces.
Yeah.
453.6 grams. That's a lot for glitter.
It is a lot of glitter.
Product number 3. Okay, this is quite a long one. So be prepared. John Petty rates this 1 star.
Oh my gosh.
A book of hate speech posing as
Mein
a
Kampf.
device. Yeah, no. As a huge ship myself, I am hurt and offended that the author of this disreputable tract would suggest that I be blanked. Life is difficult enough as a huge ship in a world of sailboats, but now to be vilified like this is more than anyone should have to bear. Although federal guidelines exist regarding accessibility requirements to accommodate huge ships, we need
Is it the Bible?
extra wide. No, we need extra wide docking space in retail centres and restaurants. For instance, I can tell you that they are rarely followed, leading to pain, discomfort, and embarrassment when I attempt to go out in public. The plight of the huge ship in society is rarely discussed. It seems that people would rather ignore it, hence the title of this reprehensible book, than take the time to get to know us and appreciate our unique needs and common desires, leading to misunderstanding and resentment on both sides. Oh yes, I hear you, you kayaks and catamaran,
What?
snickering behind my stern when I go by. Don't think I don't. I hear all the jokes. Wow. Check out the wake on that. Check out the wake on that one. Or when you sit around the port, you really sit around the port. We don't want to be seen as different or ugly or nautically challenging. We just want to be recognised as contributing members of society, same as everyone else. So the next time you see a huge ship, please don't blank it. Step up and say, "Hello, how are you?" You just might make a friend for life. There you go, that's it.
Right, my best guess, apart from Mein Kampf, is that it's a weight loss book, and the review is a rant against all the rudeness fat people must
No.
face. No?
Is it a book about really tall people?
Have you not heard? It's all about ships.
I thought that was a metaphor.
Is it actually a book about boats?
Is it a battleships game?
Is it a guide to how to win battleship?
This is a book
What?
called How to Avoid Huge
$149 for a used one.
$99.
Do you think
Low
in
price.
mind we have temporarily have reduced product selection? What?
I'm sorry,
Why
a
not?
used paperback one is $149.
So,
Yes.
This is a disgrace.
This guy is only angry because he's realised he's wasted $150 on how to avoid huge ships.
mugged
It's
off
coming
right
from
there.
the perspective of a ship.
And it's written by a captain. It's,
What, so is it a book for like smaller boats?
So it's, I presume it's how they steer out of the way of huge ships.
Well, that could save your life, so that does justify the price
$150
of how to move out the way of a boat.
of a big boat.
Yeah. I mean, I would say that's informative and educational. This is the one that I thought was
Were you running low on ideas?
How do
This
you
is the one
find
that I thought
something
was
like that?
least relevant. So I've got my final product. So Outgate rates this 5 stars. So the title is "If It Vibrated, I Would Be Divorced."
Good God.
Is it like a really big pen?
It's not another pen.
Oh, right, sorry.
Is it a doll?
You haven't heard the review yet. So my wife loves this thing, and for that reason, so did I. Seeing the
Kampf.
pure joy in her eyes is rivaled only by things like our wedding day and our children's birth. As time has gone by, though, I'm beginning to suspect that she loves it more than she loves me.
I'm sticking with my
Spends
camp.
all her time with it, and when she's not using it, she's talking about it. She's taken to snuggling it in bed. And when I came home from work the other day, it was sitting in my chair at the dinner table.
I think
My
Mein
children-
Kampf.
Mein Kampf, I'm sticking with
You
it.
think Mein Kampf?
Yeah. Yeah, you can tuck it into bed, and when you have it all the time, and you just can't stop going on about it.
No, it's not Mein Kampf. My children call it Daddy. I was getting tired.
Are you
of it.
sure?
Sounds like Mein Kampf to me.
Yeah.
And I was getting tired of it and tried to confront it, but my dog started snarling at me. It's too late for me, but you've been warned. This machine is a home wrecker.
Is it one of
Any
those
ideas?
remote-controlled Hoovers?
How's that education related?
Education.
Clean a classroom?
Is it a subscription?
A subscription?
Yeah.
Who sells a subscription
From
on
Amazon.
Yeah.
Can you get subscription?
Is it a bookmark?
What?
Yeah, man.
Cuddles a bookmark. I mean, this makes up about as much
You
sense.
use the bookmark, I mean, you can't stop going on about the bookmark.
Is it like some sort of robot person?
No, but it is electrical.
I have no idea.
Is it one of those like electronic photo frames that just flicks through the pages of Mein Kampf?
What is Mein Kampf?
What?
What? What?
Read it.
Where is it?
Read it.
No,
Where?
no,
It
no.
might be inspired.
Let's type it
No.
in.
Right. Arian, I will explain this off air.
Oh, is it a book? Ah, by Adolf Hitler.
What, have you just done a quick Google search?
Yes. why are we talking about this? This came out like 100 years
It's
ago.
a great book.
For long.
Anyway,
My God.
so the product is a mint green printer.
What?
What?
A printer?
Printer? Yeah.
No printer is tucked up in your bed.
Does she keep it plugged in when it's at the dinner table in his place?
I think it's worth keeping in the kitchen because it can also act as when you're making pasta. You can put a piece of pasta through the printer to thin them out.
Do you know how a printer works?
No.
Sometimes just two rollers. That's why paper's
Yeah,
so
and paper
thin.
comes out. And the trees come into the printer through the plug. The earth wire actually contains trees.
I think you should do an electrical engineering segment, Cam.
I should.
I think
Yeah.
you should as well. So yeah, that concludes
Sorry.
my segment.
I think we need to move on to Ben's segment.
It's Tribe Advice with Ben. Well, this week we have an email. I mean, many emails, as we did last week.
Well done. Very well
Many
threaded.
emails.
We have our inbox.
We have been bombarded with emails. We've just selected 5 of the best emails we've received.
No, we're going to select 5 of the ones coming in now, so just the live ones. So.
Okay, alright.
Oh,
The ones that have been coming in while we're on air.
of course, they've been coming in non-stop. All our international listeners. Alright, so this one's just come in now, live.
Is it in English?
Yep, it is.
Otherwise we'd have to use Google Translate and that would just be awkward.
I know. Alright, okay, give me a name.
Molly.
Molly. Molly says that her problem is schools don't teach about life, as in like taxes and mortgages, and she thinks they should do more related to that.
See, if you teach children about taxes, they will learn fast taxation is theft. And it allows for the uprising against authority to take place.
Oh yeah.
That is true. What about mortgages, Callum?
No, don't care.
Theft.
You don't think mortgages are theft?
I mean, every time someone mentions mortgages, I just think that's future Callum's problem. I don't think about mortgages now.
Yeah, so
I don't know. Yeah, I
realistically,
agree.
you don't want to be taught about those things. Just avoid them for as long as possible.
Also, how would you teach taxes? Would you say, this is your money,
Just put
This
a load of
isn't
money
yours
on
anymore.
the kids'
It's
desks, and they'll be
stolen.
like, yeah, let's take it all off them.
This is your money that you earned. This is what the government want.
and this is what they get?
It's
Right.
going to appear that we actually think taxation is theft.
It will, won't it?
I think we should clarify.
Yes.
We do not think.
This podcast is a satire.
This podcast is actually funded by the government, so keep paying your taxes.
Yeah. Please.
That brings us on to our sponsor from SeatGeek.
Again.
We're funded by the
Code
government
Matthew.
and sponsored by
You get
SeaGeek.
10% off your first purchase. If you use code Prison Break, you get 30% off your first purchase. Go to SeatGeek.com and you can choose any available seats in a arena, stadium, for a concert, basketball game, football game, anything for 20% off.
I thought it was 10 or 30% off. Use code MAT for 10% off. Code Prison Break for 30% off. And you can get anything for 20% off.
For 20% off. If
If you get 20% off anything, why would anyone for Max code when they
the
only get
additional
10% off?
No.
It's less.
Pay 10%
The
more.
price rises.
Some people feel that they want to pay more.
Right, are we ready for the next problem?
Asymmetric information.
That is not the next problem. Right, let's go to
Okay.
another live email. Wow, this one's just come in. Can you guess which country it's from?
Zimbabwe.
The United Kingdom.
No.
Oh.
Is it from Ukraine,
No. Close.
Russia?
Or alphabetically or geographically or...
When you're guessing a country, who says close alphabetically?
Well, we've just gone United Kingdom, Ukraine. This message is from Uganda.
Is it from Russia?
No, this one's from Nigeria, and he says,
Hold
Like-
on, Nigeria? That's not close to Ukraine.
rooms that are meant to be silent aren't silent. Clearly from an arsehole.
I feel as though this concern comes from someone who we all know, and we all know what their complaint is. And their response, or at least my response, is, I don't care.
That's fair enough.
Right,
So,
so,
what are your thoughts?
well, quite frankly, you can have your own little silent room at home.
Yeah, make your
You
own
ever
silent
heard
room.
of bedroom, mate?
What silent room you really have?
Yeah, my bedroom's pretty silent.
It's quite sad.
Cheers, Aryan.
I am the only one in this room.
If we've got any listeners who are interested in livening up Aaron's bedroom,
Don't worry, quote, it's pretty silent.
Pretty silent, mate. Pretty
Yeah.
silent. If
Yeah.
you use code Callum, you get $10 off your hire purchase for my room. Yes.
Your booking fee.
Yes, mate. You get that off, mate.
that's
£20
$10
an hour,
$10
mate,
off
for
for
my
the
room.
first
£20
5
an hour.
listeners.
Moving on to our sponsor from SeatGeek.
Use code
Use code-
Prison Break.
Code Matthew for 10% off. Use code Callum for 20% off, and use code Prison Break for 30% off. And I've just got a recent code. If you use code Dan Maidments, an idiot, you get 100% off, mate.
You
Surnames.
pay twice as much.
No, Ben, you can take that, Dan.
Use code Daniel Big Balls.
Daniel Big Balls for 100% off. Yeah, use that one instead.
No, we're not sponsored by
This is
SeatGeek.
promote SeatGeek as a favour. You know, 'cause
Right, you're just running
we
a
have an
favour right
international,
now.
we have a global audience. We need to keep it the views, mate. We have to keep it the sponsors, mate. Come on.
We
You'll
do
keep
actually have a
income
global
coming in.
audience.
Moving on.
Next problem.
There's more.
Of course there's more.
Yeah.
We've had hundreds of emails.
Oh, of course. Sorry. Yeah, well, sorry. Forgot we're popular. Sorry.
Give us a name, give us a name.
Damn it.
David Duke. No.
Calvin Harris.
Yes, Calvin.
Right,
Yes.
so Calvin says that too many students have been taken in each year and there's not enough room for them.
Well, I think there's...
There is
You cut
literally
out.
nothing we can do about that. So we're going to move
You
on.
cut-
To answer your question, this comes down to the problem that schools
Robert
are
Lee-
funded
Robert
by
Lee
government
Rockets.
according to a number of pupils they take in. However, that response sounds far too serious, so instead I propose a cull.
Fair enough.
I would agree.
I'd agree with that.
I mean,
Yes.
Right, are we ready for the last problem?
Yeah.
Go on, men,
Alright.
if you can make it.
So this one's from Travis.
Oh, yes.
Oh, good.
Please. The flame. Okay.
And he says that some people aren't allowed to study certain subjects like French or German.
Some students are not allowed to study a language at GCSE because they're thick.
I was forced to do German and get bullied by Mrs.
Right.
Perks.
Well, in fairness, you were terrible at German.
I still passed it though. I passed it.
Oh.
did
Did,
believe.
did you pass honourably, or did you pass with a 4?
Four, obviously. I didn't.
Right, so you didn't pass.
I may have got 4 as a C as a pass.
4 is a pass.
A 4 is a C, but a
And a
5
C
is a pass.
No,
What?
but a 3 is a
No.
fail. mate.
I mean-
I did fail. I got
I'm pretty sure I passed
In that
that
case-
Callum.
Good. Glad we cleared that one up.
I did
So
special papers.
what we're saying is, if you can't do it, go to Alderbrook, and then if you still can't do it, then you're thick.
That sounds wise.
Fair enough.
Yes.
I think that concludes our tribe advice. So what we'll do is we'll put a poll in the video and see what people
Oh,
want to
go
see
on, man.
next week.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, do that.
We encourage you all to take part to decide what we get to talk about.
Alright, I suppose we should say thank you to the people who are actually still here.
Thank you.
Yeah,
for
I mean, that's very courageous.
listening.
All 3 of them. That's,
Yes.
yeah. And thanks to our sponsor,
Thank you.
SeatGeek.
Remember, code MAT for 10% off, code CAN for 20% off, and code
And it's goodbye from Aryan. And now for some cool outro music.
We're not having outro music.